Hello everyone, my name is Victor from P1 Exotics, and today I'll be giving you an in-depth walk around of this absolutely stunning 2012 Aston Martin Virage Dragon 88. This model and two others were exclusively offered to the Chinese market to celebrate the Year of the Dragon. Only 88 cars were produced with exclusive features and designation, spanning across the Vantage S, Virage, and DBS. These cars run on unique to the model, silver-finished 10-spoke alloy wheels. The brake calipers are black across all 88 cars. 3 special colors could be chosen for the cars, all contrasting with piano black trim and bright metalwork: amethyst red, volcano red, and champagne gold. Inside, Aston's bridge of weird leather, offered in spicy red, deep purple, and chancellor red respectively, is contrast stitched in Sahara tan thread, a color that complements the extensive use of gold plating everywhere else on the car. In addition to the exclusive package, it includes bright finish front grille and exhaust tips, hood meshes, and side strakes. This example has the amethyst red paint and spicy red interior. In the daylight, this paint simply glows, a beautiful deep purple base coat with a red gold metallic flaking at certain angles. Because the Virage shared its platform mostly with the DBS, you also get the 5.9-liter naturally aspirated hand-built V12, labeled as a 6-liter, and a rear-mounted 6-speed automatic ZF transaxle, unlike the automated manual from the DB9. In this engine bay, you will also find the battery positive in case you need to jump this mighty powertrain. On the exterior and interior are many small details that make an Aston Martin the ultimate underdog in quality. I'll list off a few here: a metal gas cap, stainless steel fender strake with built-in clear turn signal, stainless steel exhaust tips, which are real and not a fake surround, a full aluminum front lip, a metal seatbelt hinge lined with a leather section purely for sound insulation, stainless steel heat extractors, again one on each side, a stainless steel grille interlinked using notches and an interference fit, full clear taillights with LED brake and turn signals, nickel-plated aluminum Virage badge, an aluminum handbrake handle and button, stainless steel hood and trunk struts, suede window liner to reduce noise along with an aluminum strip to accent the door, sound insulated door hinges, piano black door handles hidden in the panel, aluminum seat controls with aluminum buttons on the memory functions. Using the hidden release button, let's make our way into the trunk. Each owner received their own exclusive presentation box, wrapped in the same leather as the interior and lined with an ivory Alcantara. The box lid bears both the famous Aston Martin winged badge and an embroidered dragon motif. Inside the lid is a replica sill plaque, and contained within the box are an owner's guide with gold detailing, 1 glass key and 1 plastic key, with leather pouches and a pair of customized Bang & Olufsen earphones, which are currently not shown in the car. Included is a branded Aston Martin umbrella with black leather straps holding it in place, and a standard Aston Martin first aid kit, which is typically stored in one of these side pockets within the trunk. Making my way up to the trunk lid, here you get another glimpse of Aston's exquisite attention to detail, with a black leather pull tab to close the trunk. One of the most obvious Dragon 88 features is that the hood and trunk badges were first nickel-plated, then generously coated with 24-karat gold. When standing here in person, the combination of amethyst red and these gold badges add that extra touch that would otherwise pass as a standard Virage. Heading onto the interior, you are first greeted by a flush door handle. To operate it, you simply press on these textured lines and then pull with your remaining fingers. As standard across every modern Aston Martin, these doors swing slightly upward, also known as swan doors. This was designed to clear obstacles such as curbs or rocks when parked close to a wall or street edge. The door itself is held roughly 8 inches higher from the closed position by a gas strut, allowing effortless opening and closing. Once you have the door open, you are then greeted by the paint-matched door sill and Dragon 88 designation plaque. Another Aston Martin detail is the application of 2 weather seals, the outer helping with water and dirt, and the inner allowing for a more airtight and quieter seal. Immediately in front of the seat is the pedal box, featuring full-size aluminum pedals and dead pedal, flanked by one of the many interior speakers. While all Dragon 88 Aston Martins feature bespoke detailing in one way or another, the most obvious is a headrest design based on the leftmost dragon of the famous Nine Dragon Wall in Beihai Park, Beijing. These leather seats are designed to hold you comfortably yet firmly, all while having seat heaters and a massaging option. Once you've seated yourself, the first look of the dash and controls is very far and high up, giving you a sense of being very close to the ground and inside of the chassis. To your immediate right is the center control stack, which clearly shows a few climate vents and the gear selector. In the center, you have the engine stop-start function, which I will show later in the video. Above the climate vents, you have a hand-laid gold leaf accent, which greatly contrasts the gloss black face. There is a wonderful pattern within the gold. Moving down, you have the radio and climate controls placed around this gorgeous timepiece right in the center. Towards the bottom, you have a few buttons used for drivetrain control. This one here is for stiffening the adjustable dampers. Then the Sport button, which gives you a more linear throttle pedal, more similar to a cable system. On the right is then the traction control button, which when pressed will allow for a little bit more slip, but when held down will then disable fully. Last but not least, there is a cigarette lighter slot, of which I have removed the button as it is a matte finish. Down below, you can see the area where a manual shifter would be in the DB9 and DBS, but is now replaced with a storage cubby and two switches, the lock button and trunk release. Behind that storage space is another storage space. This one is meant for keys or other small items. Directly below are the two remaining buttons. The one on the left enables or disables the parking sensors, and the one on the right is the fog light button. Moving up to the armrest, you can see that there are only two cup holders. We'll come back to that in just a minute. Coming back to the rear seats, the center area continues all the way to the rear headrests, showing a beautiful stitched Aston Martin wing logo. You can also see that these rear seats have a decent amount of bolstering, allowing for your kids or any smaller person to fit reasonably and enjoy the thrill of this car. Back to those cup holders. This centerpiece is actually the lever that is supposed to be used to open the center console storage. In it, you will have a 12-volt socket and this iPod adapter, which now allows for Bluetooth connectivity for music or navigation. Circling back to the center stack, you use this glass key lined with polished stainless steel and insert it into the slot, labeled with the Aston Martin wings to match the key. On the key, you have the typical lock, unlock, trunk release, along with an extra light button, letting you light up any potential puddles around the car or helping you find it in a parking lot. Moving to the actual slot, inserting the key once will turn on the accessories, but fully inserting and holding will start the engine. Here, take a listen. Once the engine is running, you'll see a little hidden screen pop up from above the gold accent, giving you a navigation system similar to Volvo's of the same time period. Next, I'll move on to the gauges. Here you'll find two multifunction screens, the one on the right having the ability to toggle between a few modes, including fuel information, tire pressure, and other general info. This screen is controlled over here on the left stalk using a button mounted to the end of it, allowing you to easily switch between the screens. One immediate quirk of this and other Astons of this era is the reverse sweeping tachometer. The idea of this was to make a symmetrical layout between the speedometer and tachometer. Here you can see you have this nice black perforated leather steering wheel with slight indentations for your fingers to rest. And behind it, you will find these gorgeous steel shift paddles lined with black leather for an enhanced click. Behind the paddles, you have a typical stock layout coming directly from Ford and Volvo's parts bin. These do feel a little bit less than expected, but still provide a nice positive click when used. Looking up, you'll find these rather small sun visors, and that the entire headliner is a very light ivory Alcantara, which actually helps with keeping the interior feeling spacious and not as hot in the summer. Overall, this elegant interior provides a fantastic connection to the car through your controls and seating position, all while retaining many modern luxuries and a pleasant driving experience.